Some mountains challenge your legs, others challenge your lungs, but Grays and Torreys, the twin giants of Colorado, challenge your resolve. At over 14,200 feet, these peaks stand side by side, daring you to conquer not just one, but two summits in a single day. Today, our family takes on this test of grit, endurance, and togetherness. This is more than just a hike, it's a journey of perseverance, proving once again when we face hard things, we grow stronger. Join us as we climb higher, breathe deeper, and attempt to conquer Grays and Torreys peaks. Two peaks, one plan, but out here, plans don't always go the way you expect. Will we make both summits, or will the mountains stop us short? Climbing two 14ers in a single day isn't something you just wake up and do. It takes planning. That's why we decided to camp the night before right at the trailhead. Instead of dragging ourselves out of bed at 2 a.m. for a long drive, we packed the car, tested our new camping mattresses, and got ready to rest at the base of the mountain. Even getting there is a part of the challenge. The last 3 miles of the road are rough, steep, rocky, and rutted, and by the time you make it up, the parking lot is already filling fast. So arriving the night before meant we'd have a spot secured, our gear ready, and we could hit the trail before first light. Our goal was simple: conquer both Grays and Torreys in one push. But the mountains don't hand out victories easily. The question is, would we have enough to stand on both summits, or would the challenge prove bigger than we expected? All right, so we made it to the trailhead. The road to get up here was gnarly. It was it's a dirt road, and it's more rocky than anything. And you could only go like 5 miles an hour, literally. There were some sketchy areas, but we made it finally here to the parking lot, and it's packed. There's so many cars here.
There is.
We were gonna look for a dispersed campsite, but honestly,
The road was even worse.
the road ahead looked pretty bad, and at least there's a bathroom close by, so
Yeah.
we feel safer among a lot of people. There's a lot of people sleeping, so we're trying to be quiet.
So we made it. I'm glad we came tonight versus tomorrow morning
So
because
it's about, it's 11
18,
18 p.m. We started on the road down below
10:20.
where the pavement ended at around 10:20, and it took us a good 30 to 40 minutes, 40 minutes
Yeah.
just to get up 3 miles. So
3 miles.
it was only 3 miles, but let me tell you, there was no one on the road. Only one car passed us. We pulled over to the side because we were going so slow. I didn't want to risk popping a tire. So that's where we are. So we're gonna crash and try to get up at 3 in the morning. We're gonna try. It's been a long day.
See you guys.
Good morning, folks. We are at the trailhead. It was an interesting night. I slept for about maybe 1 or 2 hours. Diana looks like she slept a little bit longer. We woke up at 3:30, and it took us a whole hour just to get ready. So we're about to head out.
Mind you, we made coffee.
It is now 4:19 a.m. We are about to get started. Elevation. Can you see what that says? 11,000.
258.
And we have to get to 14,270 something. So, do hard things, folks. Thank you for joining us in this adventure. We are crazy. We're doing this one without Genesis. We love you, Jen, but we are having to do this one. This is 2 mountains. So, we're about to get started. Wish us luck. Near the start of the trail, there's a wooden bridge that crosses the river. Once you're past the bridge, the trail begins to climb almost immediately. The cold morning air bites with every breath, and the headlamps cut a narrow path through the dark. Behind us, the sound of the river fades, and ahead is just the crunch of boots and the quiet shuffle of other hikers making their way up the mountain. Not long into the climb, the thin air made itself known.
My chest was tight.
Every incline felt steeper than it looked, and the cold morning air made our lungs work harder. Even at a steady pace, you could feel your heart rate spike and your legs start to burn quicker than usual. Check out the horizon coming over. As the early morning light began to push back the darkness, the trail slowly came into view. Looking up, we can make out a line of headlamps stretched across the mountainside ahead of us, tiny dots of light moving one step at a time towards the ridge. It was the first real glimpse of the scale of the climb. The sky was just starting to glow, but the peaks were still hidden in shadow, and seeing that steady stream of hikers above made the challenge feel very real.
Morning.
As the light grew, we could finally see where we were. The trail winds up through Stevens Gulch, a wide valley carved between the peaks. In the distance, the line of headlamps traced the switchbacks up the ridge, a reminder of how much climbing still awaited us. The sun hadn't touched the valley floor yet, so the air stayed cool, but the sky above was starting to open up with the first colors of morning. As the trail opened up, we got our first look at Kelso Ridge, jagged, steep, and running straight towards Torreys. In the morning light, it looked rugged and intimidating, a sharp contrast to the path we were on.
Well, we're here. The sun is about to start coming up. Oh, it is coming up now. You can see Torreys Peak, Gray's Peak in the distance. We're going to that one first, and then we're going to cross this saddle. Don't know how sketchy that one is. Over to Torreys. Another option would be the Kelso Ridge. If you look really closely, you might see some hikers up there. They turned off their lights, so it's hard to see them, but that is a class 3. So they say that one's a little bit more challenging. Mountain goat? Where? Oh yeah, I see it all the way up in the distance. Let's see if I can zoom into it. I see a mountain goat.
Before pushing on, we stopped for a quick cup of coffee, just enough to warm us up and catch our breath. As we stood there, the sun finally broke over the ridge, drenching the peaks ahead in golden sunlight.
Does this mean we get 2 Snickers?
As we started to climb up Gray's Peak, the trail turned rocky and uneven, winding through switchbacks that cut across the slope. The grass and brush from the gulch gave way to loose stones and dirt, and every step felt steeper than the last. Looking up, the summit still seemed far off, towering above us, but for the first time we were really on the mountain itself. When the first rays of the sun finally hit us, it was like flipping a switch.
After all these hours of darkness, the first sun on your face feels so good.
The cold eased, the shadows lifted, and we felt a burst of new energy. After hours in the dark and chill, the sunlight was the push we needed to keep climbing higher. Reaching a small ledge, we finally had a chance to turn and look back. From there, the entire valley stretched out below us. The same trail we'd been climbing, now winding far into the distance. With the sun rising directly in front, the light poured across the gulch. And for a moment, the view looked almost heavenly, bright, open, and impossible to ignore.
Pull over.
I'm gonna explain what you're feeling.
Dizzy. Every time we walk, I get winded very easily. Even if I slow down, I still feel dizzy. So I just try to find the right pace.
Yeah.
My head hurts. Oh, I'm sleepy again. When I stop, I get sleepy because we only got like 1 hour of sleep. I keep moving though.
I think his lips are a little purple.
By this point, the lack of sleep was catching up with me. I'd only managed about 1 hour of rest the night before, and combined with the change in altitude, I started feeling the first signs of altitude sickness. Altitude sickness happens when your body doesn't get enough oxygen as you climb higher. The air gets thinner and your body struggles to adjust. For me, it came on with a pounding headache, waves of nausea, and the lightheaded feeling that made every step harder than the last.
I had to also strip down because one of the layers I had on wasn't moisture wicking, so I was soaked inside from the sweat. Now I'm freezing because it's still pretty windy. But I reckon we're about a quarter mile off. really challenging today. I don't know if we're gonna get to Torreys. Okay, folks, it's getting steep. We've reached a point in the road, in the trail, where we can go to either Grays to the left, Torreys to the right. I'm gonna go to Grays.
And then come back.
And then we're gonna cross.
Head across, right?
Cross, yeah.
And then do that.
Oh my goodness. Huh?
Is that my second one? Yes.
Good.
So I think out of all so far the 14ers that we've done, this one's had a lot less restroom spaces.
Options. Down below there were plenty, but
yeah, but even in the other one, like you could go off a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
Here it's very exposed. I mean, I'm sure if you searched for it, you could.
As we climbed higher on Grays, I thought back to what Ron had told me, that this mountain sits on the Continental Divide. This great ridge was formed millions of years ago when two tectonic plates pushed against each other, forcing the land upward and creating the Rocky Mountains. Over time, ice, wind, and water carved the valleys, leaving behind the high spine that now splits the continent. What makes the divide so fascinating is how it directs the flow of water. On the east side, streams eventually join the Mississippi River and flow all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. On the west side, the water finds its way into the Colorado River and from there to the Pacific. Standing here, you realize you're not just on a mountain, you're standing on the line where North America itself is divided.
Taunting me, babe. It's taunting us.
this one's been fun. This one's been hard so far. Ron has been struggling with this one. It is the lack of sleep, and he's been feeling really dizzy and just can't catch his breath, which is making me a little scared. So I think hopefully we can make it to at least one summit. We'll see how he feels. But I don't know. I think we'll have to come back for Torreys.
Torreys didn't look so damn high compared to Grays. They're only a difference of a couple of feet, but it's having to go back down and then back up. Do extremely hard things, folks. Folks, we're about to summit. We're about to summit Grays Peak. 14,248 feet. We're almost there. Almost at the top of Grays Peak. The view is spectacular from here. Do hard things, man. Do hard things.
Reaching the summit of Grays was harder than I ever expected. With barely an hour of sleep, every step up the mountain felt heavier, every breath thinner. Fatigue sat on my shoulders the entire climb, and more than once I wondered if I had enough to keep going. But standing here now, all of the exhaustion is swallowed up by the view. The valley stretched out below, the peaks around us lit by the sun. The lack of sleep, the fatigue, the fight to put one foot in front of the other, it all made this moment feel earned. The harder the battle, the deeper the reward of finally reaching the top.
Oh my God, dude.
Today I found out something about myself. I've always chased the bigger goal, both peaks, both summits. But up here, I realized that pushing past your limits doesn't always mean success. Sometimes it means knowing when one mountain is enough. I learned that it's not the checklist that defines the climb, but the courage to keep moving when it's hard, and the humility to accept when your strength runs out. We didn't conquer both peaks today, but I walk away knowing I still conquered something inside myself, and that matters more than the second summit ever could. Because in the end, it's not about how many peaks you conquer. It's about proving to yourself that you can do a hard thing. The mountain tested us, pushed us, and forced us to dig deeper than we thought possible. And that's exactly what it means to do hard things. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next peak.
Let's find a nice little